two of them, what was going to do. Let's see something. It's been raiding the skip. Found this old metal cast iron saw bench. It's flipping heavy. So we thought it might make a good little welding bench to go in the middle of the workshop. So we've just been having a look, seeing how we can make some legs to go on it. This was loose, and we've just put the gun on these bolts here that are rusty as hell, and they've just done up tight. Gone up tight now, so quite surprised at that. So, and then this bit of cast leg has just whizzed off with the whizzer, so just got to see if we can design some new legs for it now. Yeah, just brought the suckers in. Bloody wet outside, they just stood there wanting to come in seemingly, so I haven't got a very big pen for them, but I've just bunched them at the other end and open the gate and they come straight in, so it's going to take a lot of convincing. They're out silage really, but the trouble is I've got nowhere dry to put the ring feeder. Everywhere I'm putting it, they're just bloody making a right mess. So I think they're better off being squeezed in here than slopping around outside making a right mess. So bloody hell, we've had some rain now. It's just we had a lot of rain yesterday, and it's hammering it down today. So yeah, it's just one of them strange years. It goes from one extreme to the other. By the time it dries up, there'll be some grass about. I know that. I don't know if it would be much good, but yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go in here and tie those gates up a bit better, so I can see what's going to happen. So do that. Yeah, just having a look in this hen shed to see how Dan's got on washing. And to be honest, yeah, I'm really pleased. Looks like he's pretty much got the floor done from what I can see. It's a bit of a peg to wash this, because I think really you're supposed to take all these slats out to wash them. And there is such a thing as a slat washer, where it's like basically like a bit of a dishwasher on a conveyor belt. You put the slats in, they go through like a car wash, and you know it sprays hot water, high pressured hot water on them. But it's such a job to take them out of here, because the nest boxes are all sat on top of them. You'd have to dismantle the nest boxes completely, and I find that you can manage to wash them pretty well, leaving them in. But you just have to make sure you wash them from two different. You have to wash them from that direction, and then turn around and wash them the other way, and then you generally get pretty much everything off them, apart from the odd stain. But no, this looks really clean in here. So next job is to get these drinkers off. Wash all them, because they get mites in these cup fittings, so you just want to run along it with a washer and just blow anything out, and also blow a load of water down the drinker lines to flush them out. And then yeah, I think the next thing is to swivel the side, just wash the sides off. Again, you get these wall panels, and then every join you want to just really run your pressure washer down, and because that's, if you're going to get mites living anywhere, that's That's where you'll get them, and then in the cracks and in the joins. So, and then the other thing will be the outside. It wouldn't be a bad day to, well, we got all the feeders and lids and things, and S-box mats to do, sort of do that last really, and then as soon as they're clean I get them back in before any, you know, well, especially while there's bird flu about. There's not really any bird flu about around here, but when there's bird flu about I try and just get them washed, get them back in the shed, not really the same day, so they're not sat out in the open for birds to crap on. So I normally leave them till last. So yeah, just need to do the walls in here, and then the outside. Wash all the outside of the shed, which isn't as important, but I do like to go over it. The only thing that's put me off having a go now is because it's still bloody raining. I thought it might have eased off now, but it just means I've got to have my little tractor sat outside in the rain, or the seat's going to get wet. Yeah, serious problems. I know, that's good, pretty good excuse, that, isn't it? But I might go and get it and have a go. So yeah, what a day. Can't believe it. Can't believe the amount of puddles. Anyway, not to worry. You get what you're given, don't you? Yeah, just been to get me posts, and I've just had this information book from a company called Harbro. I don't know whether anyone's ever heard of that, but basically come up with this idea to feed 2 different rations of feed to laying hens, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. So the morning one is to help them produce the egg, and in the afternoon one is to focus more on the shell quality. I mean, that sounds like a walk in the park, doesn't it? Yeah, we'll just have 2 separate feeds every day. How does that work? I mean, we have two different feeds that we buy for, because we got 4 flocks, so we have 2 older flocks and 2 younger flocks, and it means we've just started trying to buy 2 separate feeds. One more tailored for like the start of a lay, and one tailored for like an end of lay, which is a little bit cheaper. And even that's a flipping ball ache, you know, just trying to separate 2 feed because we've only got 1 feed bin, and just keeping on top of the feed ordering and faffing around and making sure you're getting the right one. But yeah, two different feeds within the same day. I mean, that's how would you do that? Anyway, and then they're also pushing on-site feed mixing. So I mean, which to me doesn't sound like a bad idea, because there's a lot of there must be a lot of egg producers that have also got a bit of an arable enterprise, and you know, it seems daft that they're buying, you know, wagon loads of hen food in, which is, I don't know, 70% wheat, and then they've got shedfuls of wheat that they're selling probably back to the feed companies through 1 or 2, you know, middlemen. It just seems mad, doesn't it? So yeah, I mean, if there's someone's come up with an idea to go round and sort of mix your feed, they reckon that you could be saving £30 to £40 a tonne. Seems a little bit far-fetched, because I mean, the price of having a wagon driving around mixing your feed, I don't know, at least once a week, that's got to have a cost, doesn't it? So no, it's interesting, it's a good idea. I always thought it'd be a good idea to mix your own feed if you grew your own wheat, and I know a few people around here that do that, but just got to have a lot of storage space. You've got to have a lot of bins for all your different ingredients, and sheds and infrastructure, really. So, which we don't, so not likely to have any time soon, but interesting anyway. Yeah, one more thing. I'm definitely not avoiding going pressure washing, but just open the Farmers Weekly and look at that. Looks like someone's made basically a new Defender. So that'll be an interesting read for later, won't it? Anyway, I'm going to go pressure wash it now, definitely am. Before I go washing, I thought I could just do a bit of a review on the 276 tractor. No, I'm joking. I am going to go pressure wash. No turning back now. He's pulling the pipe out. Even put me pressure washing coat on. So yeah, it's at the time. God, it's almost brew time. No, better do a bit first, I think. But I have forgotten my torch, so I'm gonna have to wash the outside, I think. Yeah, it's got a nice long hose on here. Can't beat a long hose, can you? Well, I've done some. Whew. See, that tank was running off that one hose pipe. I've been washing for, I don't know, maybe half an hour. So yeah, I did the outsides, and then I went in. I didn't have a torch, but I went in anyway and did the walls. Feel like I've gone over it all, but I'm sure when it dries I realise I am. I don't know, I get that when I wash cars. I can be 100% confident that I've washed every inch of a car with a brush or a sponge or whatever, and then you know, a couple of hours later when it's dry, you look at it and it looks like I've just gone fucking nah. And half of it's missing. Don't know everyone else, maybe it's just me, no one else has the same trouble, but end up having to do it twice. So that's usually the case with the outside of these walls. I think if you just accept that you've got to do it twice, probably won't wind you up as much. So yeah, I have done a bit of washing. I did try to get my camera out and film while I was washing, but wet hands and touch screens don't really go well together, so you just have to take my word for it. And if you don't, then that's up to you. I don't really care. So yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing or why I do it, so not really much point in watching really. I wouldn't bother if I were you. So bye for now.